I'm sure I'm not alone saying this, that Amazon Prime Days can be very dangerous, especially when there's so many puzzles on sale. And I was doing really good avoiding all the sales and buzz, and I was like, you know what? I don't need more puzzles. I'm going to Puzzle Warehouse. Like, I would like to stretch my budget going over there. But there's one puzzle that I've had my eye on for a while, and it was on sale. And even with it at a discount, it was still pretty pricey. I will eventually have the full recap over here, but it might be several months. So I didn't want to wait that long for you guys to see this puzzle in person. So today we're unboxing it. I'm excited about it, but this video could not be possible without the support of my sponsor. So I just want to say a huge thank you to All4Jig for sponsoring this video. So let's talk about them real quick, and then we'll get into the puzzle. Before we get into the unboxing of the puzzle, I want to show you what I'll be doing the puzzle on, and that is this puzzle board by All4Jig. This is their 1500 piece rotating and tilting puzzle board. I've had it since October, and I have been loving it. I still love and use it. I use it quite consistently, and it is such a great little addition to my puzzle space, and it is something that I would recommend, especially if you're in shortened space and if you aren't a fan of the green felt. So quickly, let's go over the features of this puzzle board. I do have a whole dedicated video about it if you want to see a more in-depth review. So first up we have is the handle, which is on the front that you guys can see. Really easy to maneuver. It's not very heavy. I want to say it's a total of like 12 pounds, and that's with the drawers in. So if you had some lifting difficulty, you can remove the drawers and make it even lighter. So it is pretty lightweight. We also have the cover here, which keeps everything nice and pretty, keeps cats and children away from your pieces. But I've also heard of people using it as like a second puzzle surface option. So if you're doing two puzzles, maybe one's a little bit harder than the other, or maybe you just want to take your time with one, you can puzzle on top of this and then like pick up your puzzle and move it and still have another puzzle underneath. So that is kind of a brilliant option to do if you are short in space, you want to do a couple puzzles at a time. It is possible to do it with the cover. Underneath the cover is my favorite feature, which is the fabric that they chose. I would love if they continued using this fabric on future projects because this is perfection. It is gray, which is beautiful. It's not green or there's some crazy color, and it makes it easy to film with or if you're taking photographs, but also it just makes it so the puzzle pieces pop versus getting lost in the green. It also is linen, which makes it so that you can move your pieces around. You know, they're not going to get snagged on any type of felt or pill or anything, but it also somehow keeps them upright when it's tilted. So they're going to stay put, but then make it easy to move. I don't know the sorcery behind that, other than the fact that I love having that feature. I think this is such a great improvement from the felt, which I still love and use my other puzzle tables, and they are a great option, but they can be a little bit more high maintenance as far as upkeep goes. And so this is kind of perfect, and I do kind of wish that this is the route that they went moving forward. Also, the board comes with 4 sorting trays, which is kind of perfect. They are quite deep, probably get like 3 layers of pieces in there. They are a nice wood type of texture, which also makes it so if you're sorting by piece shape, they don't slide around, so you can keep them all nice and tidy and you have no issues. I often use my sorting trays from my boards even when I'm not using the board itself, because they are massive and you fit a ton of pieces in there. You may be like me and often get stuck with a puzzle, and so you may want to change your perspective, and you may not have the option to choose a different seat. So being able to rotate your puzzle is really handy. I do think that if you are puzzling with snacks or something, you can always put them on your actual board, so that way they're moving with you and not having to move everything and then rotate the board. I sometimes will keep like my coffee or something here, and that way I can like rotate everything at once and I don't have to move things. I hope that makes sense. I definitely use the tilting feature over the rotating feature a little bit more, because when it's at its angle, I actually can reach the other side of the board with no issues. And so I love having the tilting feature. Definitely a great addition to this board, and I so far have been loving it. Again, I've had it for about 9 months or so, have done so many puzzles on it, and I absolutely love it. So I'll link this product down below if you are interested or in the market of it, as well as other videos that I've done for All4Jig about other products that they have. So they have a huge array of boards and tables and accessories. So this will be what I'll be using when I'm actually doing the puzzle. I think it's going to be super handy to like have here and watch TV at the same time, and it can kind of be contained in this one area versus taking up my other puzzle space, which is upstairs. And yeah, thank you so much to All4Jig for sponsoring this video. Again, I'll link everything down below, and let's just go and open up that puzzle. So I first thought that we could unbox it together and see what it looks like, and then I'm actually going to have to bring it downstairs because this is going to be a project that lives in my old puzzle room with my All4Jig puzzle table. I'll be doing it in the evening and I'm excited about it, but let's open this up and I'll show you what puzzle I picked out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy. Oh. Here it is. It is 13,500 pieces, which is quite the jump from the 5,000 piece Disney that I did a little bit ago. But this one I'm so excited for because it is broken up into sections, which makes it a lot more manageable for me. So I don't think I'm going to mind too much as long as they're not micro-sized pieces. If they're slightly smaller than standard size, I'm willing to work with that. But what I love about this puzzle is that, yes, it's Disney and you can tell that it's kind of broken up into little segments, but still kind of just makes a big giant collage, which I kind of love. And something else I really like is that there's not like a ton of frames like there was in the last one where you just had so much gold. But let's just take a peek at the box real quick. I'll put a close up so you guys can see. But I have never done a Trefl Prime puzzle before. I've only ever done their regular line, and they're fine. They are nice pieces, but I do think they're a little bit on the crumbly side. I don't know how it is for their Prime puzzles. I've heard that they are a little bit better, so we'll see how that is. But this one is called Golden Age of Disney. It looks like it has their Smart Puzzle Cut with thickest puzzle pieces, which is always nice. It seems like the piece quality would be decent, but maybe just smaller surface size, at least from what I gathered from your reviews. And there's a bunch of different like classic style Disney of images. We have Alice in Wonderland, lots of Mickey, Dumbo, Cinderella, Pinocchio. We got Winnie the Pooh, Sleeping Beauty, like definitely more classic style of Disney. The backside of the puzzle does kind of show you the format that it is, which makes it much more manageable to do a large piece count if it's broken up, which for you it might be cheating because maybe you're the type of person who wants to put all the pieces together in one giant pile and do like 13,500 pieces. That's not me. For one, I need to make sure I have space on my puzzle tables for content. Two, that just doesn't sound fun to me. I don't like sorting pieces. I much would rather do one section at a time, and it makes it a lot more manageable. So I'm excited to have it broken up, and I know they do this for quite a few of their larger pieced puzzles, and that's kind of awesome. So here, let me just see what it looks like. It looks like this one is in 9 segments, and that each bag is 1,500 pieces, which is definitely manageable for like a weekend for me. And so I could possibly do this within a couple months, maybe do 1 bag a week or so, and that should be fine. So now let's go downstairs. I'm going to open this up and show you what the bags look like. All right, so here it is. I have already unboxed it, just as a little FYI. I was doing a little short video for Instagram. And so I already know what's inside of it, but let me just show you what is included. So there are 9 bags of 1,500 pieces. It looks like this one for me is actually open, which is bag I, which I kind of want to start to bag A, but I'm kind of worried that I'm missing pieces for this one. So I kind of want to start with bag I instead. Here it is. Like looking at it like this, I'm like, it's not intimidating at all, but it definitely would be if I mixed them all. I do think not mixing them would be the way to go because it did show a grid in this guy here of how it's cut. So you would have actual false fits, like not just because they're in the wrong place and you messed up. It's actually the piece cut is identical. So you will have pieces that are the exact same that could go in multiple parts. So I am going to not mix the bags that's just what I'm going to be doing. I also want to share that I think these are bag eye, where I have a whole bunch of pieces that fell out. I did notice that one has a little bit of a hole, so I think I might start with bag eye and then go from A through the rest. Because I would have loved to have gone in order. So I do have some extra pieces that I assume is from this bag that was open. And then the pieces themselves, I'll put close-ups. I did hear that they were a little bit smaller than standard size, and they are a little bit smaller, but not micro size. They're definitely still very manageable and doable. They are a good thickness. I do not mind them. I will see how it goes after, 13,000 pieces if I would continue getting another big puzzle. But I do not mind. They're not super micro, but they're definitely smaller than standard size. As far as texture, definitely a nice matte piece. Looks very bright and vibrant. Looks very true to color to the box, which is really helpful. And then what also is included is this poster, which I'm sure I'll be using a ton. It is a nice, decent sized poster, and it shows how each one is broken up. And so we have the 9 segments. So I is actually this bottom corner here, which would be the first one that I would do. And so it looks like it's Winnie the Pooh. We have Winnie the Pooh. That's it. Oh, I just realized each segment is only one character, one movie. So we have Winnie the Pooh, Cinderella, Pinocchio, Alice in Wonderland, Bambi, Sleeping Beauty, Peter Pan, Dumbo, and then Mickey and Friends. So those are the characters, which I love. I love how it's a collage that still kind of works together, even though you can kind of see the different segments. So we're going to be, I guess, working on Winnie the Pooh first, which doesn't look super crazy. I think actually one of the harder things will be the border, because it's just a gradient kind of everywhere. So I do think having it broken up would definitely be helpful than mixing all the bags together. And the 1,500 pieces I don't think would be too hard per segment. I think maybe the hardest one would be maybe Peter Pan. Not necessarily the different blocks, but there's a larger section of like this just like pink, which I don't know how big that section is. It could be like 400 pieces. Let's open up the actual bag. Let's open up I and get started with this project. I might fall in love with this and want to do all of it at the same time. So let's put all these back except for I. So here is bag I, and first up I want to say is that the coloring looks really beautiful. Definitely true to color than what you see on the box, which is amazing. So I'd hate for it to be a lot darker or something like that, like some other brands can do. I definitely will be pulling out the edges. And for Winnie the Pooh, it looks like there are a couple posters. We have one that is in this like beige color, beige and green with some text there. We have the Winnie the Pooh book cover. We have a little scene of Pooh and Tigger, and then it looks like the actual little book there. So we have 4 good things to sort with, and they're very different. And I feel like that is the case for pretty much all of them. They have very distinct posters and some lines to work with, so I don't think it'll be too crazy. Again, 1,500 pieces, but I think we'll be okay. So I don't think I'm going to start with the edges just because they're all the same. I'm going to start with something different, but I'm going to at least like flip and put things aside, and I probably will do, maybe like actually Winnie the Pooh, like the giant Winnie the Pooh or Tigger, because those might be pretty easy to spot. In general, I think sorting will be okay with this, other than the fact that it's for 1,500 pieces versus say 1,000. We have some letters for the Winnie the Pooh. So I actually do think I'd probably start with like the cloud area on the Winnie the Pooh poster. So I think that's my plan. So I think I will do a thorough sort because it will just make things a lot easier moving forward. So I have the 4 trays here, and I think it would be nice to just have it very organized at the beginning. We'll see how this goes by bag 9, but I think sorting will be the key to get this done quickly. And so I have 1, 2, 3, and then the little book. I'll probably put the little book with this blue screen. So 1, 2, 3, And then I'll probably put the edges and like all the purpley colors in one. So everything's nice and organized, which is not my normal go-to style, but again, I do think it would be very helpful. It is much later in the evening and I did a lot of sorting and I think I'm finally able to put together pieces, but let me show you where I'm at. Over here I have some words and then I divided up the trays by the little elements that I'm working with. So we have some edges and then we have like extra burgundy colors like the galaxy colors. Down here we have one of the posters where it's a lot of sky, but also there's like different characters here. We have some greenery, we have a tree, we have other elements. I think that's a kite. Over here, we have another, that tan and green poster. We then have some Tigger pieces, some Pooh pieces, some blue, like this is another poster. And then we have the book pieces here. So that's what it looks like all sorted. I feel like I did way more than I normally do, although this looks like a lot. But I think I'm finally gonna get started. So I'm currently working on the Winnie the Pooh book cover. I'm guessing it's a book cover or a poster, but so far loving it. We have all the characters here. And just to let you know, like this is so easy to just like wipe off with a little brush, or I have a little like hand vacuum thing, which is so nice. We have this book here, working on the sky. I'm watching Miss Congeniality, although it's paused so I could film this. And I do have it up on an angle right now just to save my neck and back. So I'm going to probably just continue this for tonight and call it a day, but just wanted to share my progress. right, it is the next day and I'm almost done with just this one poster. I just have some green left and I think I can finish it within like 20 minutes or so. So it is a big chunk of this section though. I feel like I'm like halfway done with the first 1500 piece bag. I still have all of this poster and then that navy blue poster with Pooh and Tigger. I don't think Tigger would be too much because it's all those orange pieces. Not sure how that other poster will be, but so far so good. I'll show you what it's at. All right, so really we just have like a little bit of green here, and then we just need to finish off the green here. Really, it's not too many pieces, so it shouldn't take too long.
Seems like forever since we've been together. Oh God, I miss you bad, and I read your letters and look at your pictures. Oh God, I miss you so bad. It's been so long, I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love. Darling, I can't wait till I see your face. Oh God, I miss you bad. The only
All right, so I'm making really good progress. I've only been working on it for about an hour and a half from when I woke up. And so, you know, it's going pretty fast this morning. I just have a little bit of this poster, the one that's like the gray or tan and green poster. It's going again pretty fast. We have a lot of letters to work with. I think the hardest part is actually going to be the characters, but it's so much fun.
thing I need is you beside me. Oh God, I miss you so bad. It's been so long, I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love. Your heart, your eyes, our love. It's been so long, I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love. Your heart, your eyes, our love.
All right, this segment is done, and I was not expecting to finish it today, but I did, and I'm feeling so proud of myself, and it's so fun. So I'm excited to do the rest, but let me show you what it looks like and what you have to do to make it like a full puzzle. So here we are. Really not too many of these like galaxy pieces. There's lots of stuff to work with, like around the edges or these little circles, or there's a variant like there's a subtle gradient here. And it was really fun. But as you can see, this puzzle has the full border, even though it's only a 1/9 of the puzzle. So when you look at this little pamphlet, it shows you, like, you create them separately. So you can, if you want to just frame one, you could. But you actually remove the parts that would connect to the other segment. And it looks like you can also make it in a few different ways. Yeah, I think it should work out fine. I'm assuming though, because you are working with this grid, that the grid would repeat over time. So don't know if I'd recommend putting all the pieces together, because you might have like a lot of pieces that are identical. At least it's my thoughts. Once I do like one other, I could see if like the grid cut is truly the same, but I'm assuming it is. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with this and I'm excited to do the rest of this puzzle. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank All4Jig for sponsoring it and making this video possible. I'm going to link all their information down below, as well as links to Amazon to purchase if you are interested. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.